Let's say you're crazy enough to want to drive one of the longest roads in the world. Let's also say that you want to do it in the most badass adventure vehicle ever. But to have such a car, you can't just buy it. You have to build it. But you also have a very small budget, like under $10,000 to do this. Well, that's us. And this is the story of how we're going to figure this out. Our dream, our goal, our endeavor is to drive the Pan America Highway and build the most badass adventure truck possible. Expedition trucks seem to usually be these giant Unimog style overland vehicles, but there's one vehicle that seems to always stand out and come up in conversation. That's the 80 Series Land Cruiser. The problem here is that 80 Series Land Cruisers have absolutely skyrocketed in price, with some selling for more than $100,000 USD, which is way out of our budget. So how in this market were we going to get our hands on an 80 Series anything? Well, we did what any self-respecting individual would do, and we turned to Facebook. I posted in a local Facebook group that I was needing an 80 Series. So the Facebook post led us to find an 80 Series Land Cruiser chassis that was located approximately here in McClure, BC, which is about 500 kilometers away from Vancouver and a ferry ride away because we're located here on Vancouver Island. So then we met Sheldon, who had a truck and a trailer and was willing to go pick up our Land Cruiser in McClure, BC. The story got a little bit more interesting when we discovered that there was a fellow near Nanaimo that had another Land Cruiser that needed to go to McClure as well. So the plan became Sheldon was going to pick up the Land Cruiser in Black Creek and take them all the way to McClure, and then drop the one truck off and pick up our 80 Series and bring it back. Except the 80 Series didn't really look like that because it was a bit more of a chassis. Something a little bit more like this. So Sheldon picked up our 80 Series and brought it all the way back to Nanaimo for us. And the plan actually worked. So you guys remember that super cool Chinook build update video we did a month or so ago?
Scratch that!
We completely changed our plans! But it's for the better. We really like updating you guys on like build updates when we haven't actually built anything yet. We just a lot more
We're the king and queen of anticipation.
So this is our new project. We're building a Toyota Land Cruiser 80 Series. Just kidding. So if you've been around here a minute, you'll know that Stacy and I bought a 1976 Toyota Chinook, and in our last build update video we told you that we were going to solid axle swap it on 60 Series Land Cruiser axles and leaf springs. Land Cruiser axles from a BJ60. Well, we haven't completely abandoned the Chinook or the solid axle swap plan, but we have changed our tune a little bit, and it's going to be a lot better. I've been trying to figure out exactly what axles I wanted to put the Chinook on. I was originally thinking 80 Series axles and kind of roll the whole coil suspension under the front, which would be super cool. But what we're doing is we are going to combine this 80 Series with the Chinook, and that is the most exciting part. So no more leaf springs, no more FJ60 axles. We're doing complete 80 Series suspension.
Yeah, we've been looking for a while. We honestly kind of settled for those axles. So now we don't have to settle. We got what we wanted. Don't settle. Like, yeah, we had a moment and then we were like, why did we settle? And then this opportunity came up and like, get that from Kamloops right now.
I've always either done like the cheapest possible option that'll get me by as far as trucks, like the cheapest mods possible that will give me the most benefit, while I save up to get the best, because I find like the middle of the road options they just never perform the way you want to, and that was kind of the leaf springs for us. It was like, yeah, it was cool, but it's gonna be like, You know, 8 would be like every other like 4x4 Chinook build. I mean, yeah, it's Land Cruiser axles, but it's still leaf springs. And also like the ride quality and stuff is just like, you know, it was good. Definitely still be cool, but this is gonna be great.
Way cooler.
Way cooler. So the question becomes why? Why go to all this extra effort to get an 80 series chassis when we already had Land Cruiser axles? Well, here's the thing. The 80 series chassis is renowned for being the most robust and reliable chassis for light to mid-size overland vehicles designed for global travel. With the coil suspension front and rear, high pinion front diff, bigger Burfield joints, 9.5-inch rear diff with full floating axles, it's the strongest setup Toyota ever made from the factory. And it's because of that we decided to make it work for our Chinook. There's also the aspect of originality and authenticity that we love. We like being different. We like the idea of doing something no one else has done, but maybe will after us. Join us in the next episode when we strip down the 80 series chassis and remove the suspension to prepare it to roll under the Chinook. If you like this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.